Can you talk a little bit more about the invisible work and, the gendered nature of it?
Yeah, so the invisible work. So this is not a new concept that we there's I think we tell the stories in the book, and I think it's also important to say that there's deep scholarship in all of these areas that we sort of reference, right? When you're reading the book, you don't see those, but they're all there in the end notes. But so there's the physical work of actually cooking, laundry. There's the mental work of coming up with the lists, like how do you know what you need at the grocery store? What are you gonna what are you gonna have for dinner? And we also talk about the coordinating work, and that's something that I think is increased with technology. And as we rely on more people, who's gonna do the drop off, who's gonna do the pickup, coordinating with carpools, when coordinating who's the cleaners or dry cleaning, right? All of those things. So that's the third, and then the fourth one that we detail is the emotional work, right? And so what you're relying on all these people to help you get through the day, and even the paid help, right? The babysitter. So Nancy would spend 15 minutes at the end of the day. All she wanted to do was sort of put her pajamas on and pour herself a glass of wine and visit with her kids. But she would talk with the babysitter and how was the day? How are you doing? Like that sort of checking in with the people you're relying on to help you do things is super important. So we sort of detail those 4 different kinds of invisible work and try and, I think by calling them out, we all see the physical work, that's the easy stuff to see, but the mental work and the coordinating work and the emotional work, I think helps to explain why lots and lots of working moms are exhausted, because that work is real work. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of mental space. But we don't see it, and so we often don't count it as sort of the reason why. And it's part of the stress between couples often, right? Is the things that are happening that the other doesn't really recognize.